If you can vividly remember a childhood without the internet, but you currently spend half your life on a smartphone, you might belong to a ghost generation that psychology often overlooks. You feel too young to relate to the grumpy cynicism of Gen X, but you feel too old to understand the hypersensitivity of millennials. You are stuck in the middle. Psychologists call you the Xennial, or the Oregon Trail generation. And here's a psychology fact you might not be ready for. You aren't just a mix of two generations. You are actually a distinct psychological phenotype. You are the last group of humans who will ever know what it feels like to be truly offline. And that unique position has created a specific type of anxiety that only you experience. Let's go back to your childhood. You grew up in a world that was slow. You had to wait for the radio to play your favorite song so you could record it on a cassette tape. When you left the house, you were completely free. No GPS, no texts, just the streetlights coming on to tell you it was time to go home. But then right as you hit adulthood, the world sped up. The internet exploded. 9/11 happened. The Great Recession hit. You were promised the stable analog dream of your parents, but you were delivered into a chaotic digital nightmare. You straddled two different realities. You have the analog heart of a Gen Xer, but the digital brain of a millennial. And this internal conflict creates a subtle, low-grade exhaustion. You are constantly translating between the people who refuse to change and the people who change too fast. Here are the three psychological realities of being a Xennial. Number 1. The adaptive bridge syndrome. Psychologists often refer to you as digital immigrants. You weren't born with a tablet in your hand like Gen Z, but you aren't afraid of technology like boomers. This makes you highly adaptive. You are the translator in the workplace. You can read a map made of paper, but you can also code a website. But here's the harsh truth. You're constantly carrying the mental load for older generations who can't figure it out, and younger generations who lack context. You are the universal adapter in a world that doesn't appreciate how hard it is to speak both languages. Number 2. The burden of optimism. Unlike Gen X, who embraced irony and detachment, Xennials grew up in the optimistic 90s. You were told you could be anything. You believed in the system. But here's the painful part. That optimism was met with a harsh reality check in your 20s. This has created a unique form of disillusionment. You are an optimist who had their heart broken by the economy, and you're still grieving the future you were promised. Number 3. The last keepers of patience. Most people don't realize this, but your brain has a patience circuit that younger generations lack. You remember what it's like to be bored. You remember waiting for dial-up. And this next part explains why you feel so scattered. You are losing this ability. Because you adapted so well to the smartphone era, you're fighting a daily war between your childhood patience and your adult addiction to dopamine. You feel the loss of your attention span more acutely than anyone else, because you remember what it felt like to have a quiet mind. So, what is the solution for the weary Xennial? You have to stop viewing your in-between status as a lack of identity. It is your superpower. Here's the mental trick that actually works. Embrace your role as the analog anchor. When the world feels too fast, you are the only one with the muscle memory to slow it down. You know how to disconnect because you did it for the first 20 years of your life. Use that skill and teach the younger generation that it is okay to be unreachable. Remind the older generation that change is okay. If you want to explore more about generational psychology and how your past shapes your future, subscribe to the channel. We are building a community for the people who remember the world before it got so loud. You are the Oregon Trail generation. You have died of dysentery 1,000 times in the game, so you can survive anything in real life. Don't let the digital world erase your analog soul.